People who were born and brought up in families where they had absolutely no proper upbringing. Okay. They were not taught about morals. They were not taught about social responsibility. They were not taught about ethics. They were not taught about brotherhood. Those are the people who have today become that so-called dirty moto-vloggers who are only doing it for money. They do not care if someone takes their recommendation and gets stuck into the gambling ecosystem.
Hello and welcome back to the Motocast show with Vikas Rachamalla and MotoZo.
My dear buddies, how you all doing? Welcome.
I hope everybody is doing great, but for some people, the news isn't good, Vikas bhai. So,
Mhm.
you should ask me what's wrong. I'll be very happy to share a lot of things with you.
Yes, Joe. Please
Oh,
tell me what is happening because I'm a person who's highly concerned about our motorcycling community.
all right. I will straight away get to the point, Vikas bhai, and I don't want to waste the audience time as well. Uh,
Mm.
the audience, you should listen to this podcast very carefully because we will be exposing a lot of things here. So, this is a very popular newspaper, Vikas bhai. Uh, College student kills himself in Rajkot after losing money in online gambling. So, this is
Oh,
in the newspaper a few days back, and there has been a lot of these similar incidents happening over the past few months, or maybe I can say maybe past 1 or 2 year as well.
that is correct.
Yes, Vikas bhai. So can we not get straight to the culprit, like the people who are actually promoting these gambling apps, these betting apps?
Absolutely. See, I've always said this that people get onto the motorcycling community, make videos only to make money. Okay. Now, there is a set of people who do this. Now, if they only wish to make money from content creation, they should go into lifestyle videos. Okay.
Right.
So, we do not care what people are doing in the other segment, other genre of YouTube or Instagram, that is lifestyle or you know a holiday kind of
Or any,
videos.
food things or any other vlogging or whatever. But the main concern is the
Absolutely,
motorcycling community.
that is correct. Because I've always said this again and again: motorcycling is an emotion. Okay, no idiot would go and spend a few lakh rupees on a motorcycle and again spend thousands of rupees on riding gear and ride a motorcycle for a need. It is not a requirement. They do it because they are in love.
Absolutely
It
true.
is a pure sentiment, it is an emotion. And when people create content for motorcycles, for the motorcycle community, the genre of motorcycling, they have to remember one thing: they have a responsibility which has to be met. That is, community should be kept first, well-being of the bikers should be kept first, making money should be kept at the lowest level.
That's absolutely correct. Uh, but this gambling app, uh, people are losing so much of money, and the worst thing is that it's very addictive. Initially, the kids, mostly youngsters, like in their 20s, uh, they join these apps, so-called, money-making apps. And if I connect the dots with motorcycling community, even the so-called fake motovloggers, uh, people call themselves motorcyclist as well, right? Because for a third person who don't know anything about motorcycling.
See, the thing is that the betting apps, these companies are targeting so-called motorcycle content creators to advertise their mobile phone application, because the youngest people who actually watch YouTube or Instagram are, uh, oh, I mean, in the segment of say 13 to 23, 24, this segment can be found in the motorcycling genre. Got it?
Right,
So, kids who do not have access to say KTM motorcycles or other motorcycles at home will want to watch videos online, and those videos are made by the so-called moto vloggers, motorcycle content creators, and these very young kids end up watching the betting app promotions done by their favorite motorcycle content creator, and uh, they very easily get inspired. They probably think that, see, this YouTuber or this Instagram motorcycle content creator has been buying these super bikes, super cars because they are using this betting app. Correct?
right,
Because they do not understand how money is made by a YouTuber or an Instagrammer, what kind of sponsorships they get, or how much the betting app pays them, what is AdSense ad revenue. They don't know all this. Who the kids don't know. So they probably think that this YouTuber is simply using the betting app, making lakhs of rupees every month. So I should also try that. And
right,
unfortunately, most of the kids who are trying these betting apps come from a financially kind of tough, tight situation family, most of the time. Because someone who's already got money won't really be interested in this. Someone who has very little money in the family, where the parents are working very hard to send them to college or school, and those are the kids who are getting trapped in this betting scenario.
right. So,
Yes, so
yes, Vikas bhai. So, we will not name anybody right as
yeah.
of now. But the concern is that there are people who are in like millions of
Hmm,
subscribers by number.
hmm,
Uh, they are openly promoting these kind of apps.
yeah.
And the shocking thing is that recently, motovlogger he came to Kolkata and took delivery of his superbike. And
Hmm,
in my friend circle also, there are a lot of people who watch his videos. But
hmm,
he was not, directly promoting any of these apps. But
hmm,
all of a sudden, just after maybe few days of the delivery of his superbike, fifth, sixth, seventh, or whatever number, so
hmm,
they people started unfollowing him because of one single reason. That was he promoted a
hmm,
gambling app.
hmm,
And these, gambling app websites or companies, they are paying a whole, a lump sum of money to these
yeah,
so-called creators.
yeah.
And that's why I think people are, like they are ending up promoting all these apps. But if we go back to our first podcast, Vikas bhai, you remember you were talking about ethics in motorcycling,
Yeah,
like in this
correct.
community. And that is completely missing at the moment right now.
True.
Right, brother?
See, the main thing about motorcycling is about brotherhood. Okay. Motorcycling is the only genre where if a biker is riding on the road on the highway, and if the biker pulls onto the left side, pulls over onto the left side and stops, there'll be other bikers who will slow down and ask, are you okay? This is the only community. If you are in the car community, if you pull over your car onto the left side, even if you stand outside the car, other car lover will not pull over and ask you if you need help.
Exactly.
So Such is the essence, such is the beauty of the motorcycling community. And unfortunately, let me be straight on the face, okay? Unfortunately, people who were born and brought up in families where they had absolutely no proper upbringing, okay? They were not taught about morals. They were not taught about social responsibility. They were not taught about ethics. They were not taught about brotherhood. Those are the people who have today become that so-called dirty motovloggers who are only doing it for money. They do not care if someone takes their recommendation and gets stuck into the gambling ecosystem, and if that kid destroys his future, gets into debt, and if that kid finishes his own life, they do not care a damn about it. Because straight on the face, it is their upbringing, it is the families that they come from. Tell me one so-called motovlogger who's into millions today who came from a family which was already doing well. Which? Who?
Right.
On the
It's very
face,
hard
not
to.
even one, not even one.
And
All the so-called motovloggers who are into millions, okay, came from families who are probably struggling. Okay, nothing wrong in struggling. Work hard, but keep your morals and ethics together. So these people, since they had no so-called education from their parents, they never understood what is the sense of responsibility and integrity. They grew up to be absolute soft criminals where they would do anything for money.
right. And the easiest, the easiest showpiece would be, a super bike, getting a super bike,
Correct?
and then you will see tons of videos, cute girl
Yeah,
reactions, super bike, public reactions, this, that,
yeah,
and they attract all the youth from there. And then in the
correct.
description of the video, you will see there's a small link, make money. This is how I bought my first super bike. Click on the
Yeah.
link and you will get a joining bonus, blah, blah, blah. And once they click on it, once they register, that's when they are done. I mean, the audience as well. So I feel very pity for the kids who are falling into this trap.
See, most of these so-called motorcycle content creators who are into millions of followership, ask them if they have the guts to quit content creation and do a legitimate business which serves the society, or if they have the skill set to even get a job which pays them 20,000 rupees outside. They don't. On the face, they have been absolute disaster in their career. They were unable to get a job, they were unable to run a business, and that is the reason they are using the young followers as prey. They are preying on
Correct.
them.
So even if, like, suppose somebody has for example, 10 lakh subscribers or followers, and
Hmm.
even 1% of that audience,
Yeah,
they click and join, the amount of money that unethical uh, so-called moto vlogger content creator will make, uh, I mean, YouTube will never pay that much of money from ads, that's for sure.
I will tell you how much they make. Okay,
Right.
I'll tell you minimums. Okay,
Yeah.
because see, I have been making YouTube videos from the year 2013,
Yes, brother.
and I have been fortunate to have sponsorships of top level companies like Gillette, Like, I mean, you can go naming. You can see my
Yes, brother.
YouTube videos, national, international, and of course, I get paid for my professional work when they approach me and I make a video for them. And so I know the numbers. Now, till 2019, I was doing very well on YouTube. Most of my videos till the year 2019 end have been into hundreds and thousands of views, and many of them into millions of views.
Yes,
So
brother.
I made money from YouTube. I can give you a number. I was
Right.
probably making about a lakh on an average from sponsorships during my prime time on YouTube, a lakh per month from sponsorships, and probably another 60, 70,000 rupees from AdSense revenue. That is when people watch ads, I get money on YouTube. So overall, about 1.5 lakhs to 2 lakhs I was making. That is in between the year 2016 to 2019. Every single month I was making. So uh, now, if I was making that much amount of money way back then without doing any betting apps
Exactly.
or trading stock market apps, then today in the year 2024, imagine how much will someone with a million subscribers whose Instagram reels are getting about 200, 300,000 views will make. So be ready. The betting app company will straight out minimum give them a upfront payment of 10 lakh rupees to start with. Minimum I'm talking
And
about.
I'm pretty sure if somebody who has been struggling, uh, he would not care a damn about so-called, ethics. And
10 lakhs is a
I'm
lot of money
right.
for
And
anyone. Yeah.
for,
Hmm.
I mean, motorcycling, this content, whatever. So this is a very bad thing. And uh, even with our followers, Vikas bhai, first thing we tell people is that if your motorcycle creator, he starts promoting these things, you can report it. You can report it first, and then you unfollow them, because if you are still supporting them, that means you're also part of it, isn't it? Like if so, Vikas bhai, uh, I'm curious, and even the audience is curious. How much money does a creator who promotes these, addictive gambling and betting apps, they are making?
Very good question, Joe. As most of you know that I've been making YouTube videos for well over a decade now. And yes, I did many sponsored videos. I got paid. So I know the numbers. Now here, when someone is promoting betting apps and if they have a million subscribers or more, and if every reel of theirs is getting about 200,000 views or more, then the betting app company will pay this creator a minimum upfront payment of 10 lakh rupees upfront. And next, this creator will get at least 500 rupees per download when a person downloads the betting app and puts in the creator's referral code. So 500 rupees per registration. Now imagine thousands of registrations. So in this equation, I personally know creators
Wow.
who have made more than 1 crore profit in a month by promoting betting apps. More than 1 damn crore.
All right. So that's a year of 6, 7 super bike, deliveries, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Right.
Yes.
So now we get it how it's working. But the main concern is how we can, put an end to this. This is how we will try to, conclude this podcast, because this thing is very scary. And
Yeah.
imagine, suppose Sid, he watches YouTube videos. Obviously, he
Yeah.
will not, go into YouTube and watch these nonsense because he's under your guidance, right? Because why? But
Yeah.
maybe in his school, maybe the kids, they talk about, oh, this guy, he has this bike on YouTube, he's doing this video. And it's like the youngsters, how it affects their mind. They might start watching these videos, and maybe over the years they get influenced by them in some way or the other. So it's very scary. It's getting into, deeply inside the kids' minds. And yeah, even the youngsters, they're getting affected.
Absolutely correct. See, unfortunately, India is still a poor country. Okay, we have to accept that fact.
Right,
People who have money have a lot of money, who do not have very little money. So, when a kid is being brought up in a family where he doesn't get enough pocket money, okay, he doesn't have exposure to so called high end motorcycles and all of that, then it it is very tempting for the kid to try his luck by downloading a betting app. So now here, the unfortunate matter is that there is nothing you can do legally to these creators. Okay, remember that.
right,
Because now these betting apps, these companies have a big legal team. They have made sure that they have checked every legal point, and the creator is simply saying that, hey, you know what, I have used this betting app and it is fun, you can make some money, try it out. Correct?
right,
The
brother.
creator also is legally making sure that he is not giving any false promise where that creator can be held legally accountable. So legally there is nothing that we can do to sue this creator, but morally yes we can do. That is, people should stop watching their content. But again, honestly, it is not possible because Joe,
Yes, brother.
when we look into the statistics of online viewership, people above the age of 28 are very few. People above the age of 30 are even fewer. Online viewership, it runs mostly because of people from the age of 13 to about 23. And how will you let them know that, hey, uh, don't try your luck on betting apps? They will. So,
Correct.
unfortunately, this is a plague, it is a cancer which needs a drastic vaccination to cut it off,
They have been
So,
creators, like,
hmm,
obviously I'll not name them, uh,
hmm,
who have, openly shared on story that, uh, I cannot, uh, maintain this super bike, this. Unfortunately, I don't have any options other than, promoting it. That's a basic,
hmm.
justification that these creators are giving. This is like
One
utter
slap,
bullshit.
one tight slap they need on their face, patak, one tight slap on their face.
I
Okay,
love to give that because bhai,
yeah,
I wish I
okay,
can.
put this on a reel.
Yeah,
One tight slap those creators need on their face who are saying that they don't have money to maintain a super bike, and that is the
correct.
reason they have to promote betting apps. You idiots, you worthless idiots. Okay, get up, get your butt moving, work, do a real job, do a real business, contribute towards the society, learn a subject, learn a domain, and then you can buy anything you want. But here
Absolutely.
you are looking for easy money by preying on very young people, and that money is known as blood money. And remember, in the end, your karma will get you someday or the other. You
Yes,
can lie to yourself, you can lie to others, but you cannot lie to the universe. And sooner or later, the universe will kick you in a place where it hurts the most.
right. That thing will surely happen. And surprisingly, a lot of these, creators who have maybe lakhs of subscribers, because bhai, uh,
Hmm.
unfortunately, I can proudly say that, I mean, the quality of followers and subscribers that we have,
Yeah,
they are way more superior. I mean, they might not be that
correct.
too great in numbers, maybe on Instagram, but I can like assure you that the quality audience that we have, it's, worth making the content, spending hours making these podcasts, and I'm pretty sure we'll continue doing this for as long as
See,
possible.
Well, all over the country in India,
Right.
the real bikers, people who absolutely love motorcycling, probably are only about 2-3 lakh people, 200,000-300,000 people. That
Correct.
is all about it. Okay. Remaining, now, if a creator has 1 million followers by making motorcycling videos, then only probably the first 200,000 will be real lovers of motorcycling. But remaining 800,000 will be people who are fascinated by motorcycles.
Right.
Like in aviation, almost everyone likes planes. Who doesn't like a plane? Correct?
Right.
But
Absolutely.
who are the real aviation enthusiasts who are actually studying the subject, who are into the domain? All over India, probably couple of 100,000 people again. Correct? So, uh, the people who have millions of followers, most of the time they are not even real bikers actually, the
True.
followers.
Just
Mm,
for example, Vikas bhai, today morning
mm,
we went for a breakfast spin with two of my friends,
mm.
and we saw a BMW S1000 and a
Mm.
Ducati. That
All
was a
right.
Panigale V4. So
Mm-hmm.
the bikes that we have is a GT and a GT 650 and a Triumph
Yeah.
Speed 400. We were we were with proper riding gears, riding shoes, everything. And
Mm.
people on these super bikes, they came just to shoot few videos, taking the bike for a spin. They were probably wearing maybe like a Puma, this normal shoes, a hoodie, and that's all. Like that's crazy. Amount of you know uh, the dedication that we are giving to our motorcycles. Not everybody is doing the same. They might be getting their bikes just for an eye candy, to show it to their so-called audience or show it to other people. Uh, I'm not seeing that kind of love that we have.
Absolutely. See, just because you have a girlfriend doesn't make you a lover.
Right. That's
Got
a
it.
big statement.
So,
This will also go
so
in a reel, brother.
please.
Yeah.
So just because you have a girlfriend, it doesn't make you a lover. So what
That's
I mean to
deep.
say is that
That's really deep,
just
Vikas
because
bhai. That's really deep.
so just because you have a super bike, it doesn't make you a super biker. Well, today we live in an era where people who are into the software industry, which I am also into, they are getting very good salaries at a very young age. You know, someone, let's say, makes 1 lakh take home, doesn't have any family responsibilities, doesn't have to take care of the mother, father, doesn't have to take care of the siblings, no children, no wife. Well, what would be his personal expenses? He's still living with the parents in their father's house. Personal expenses 15-20,000, not more than that.
Correct.
Correct. He still has 80 damn thousand rupees every single month, which is known as disposable income. He can save for 2 or 3 months, go do a down payment, and put the remaining money into installments
Right.
and pay 30, 40, 50,000 rupees EMI, and he can buy any damn super bike that he wants here. Not a big deal. Got it. So that doesn't make that person a lover. Got it.
Right.
So,
And
hmm,
that's really crazy right now.
yeah.
But I think in the end, it's all up to the audience. If you are seeing somebody, your favorite, so-called favorite creator who's now started promoting this app, these kind of apps, so I think it's high time you should report it, and you should start unfollowing that person straight away. So, Vikas bhai, anything you would like to add about this?
Well, in the end, people like Zoe, people like me, and many other, uh, they are trying to spread awareness. Uh, that is, do not get into trying gambling apps. For
Right.
that sake, don't even try out trading and stock market apps if you have not been formally trained on using them. If you do not know what you're doing on the stock market, you will lose money. It's as simple as that. Okay. And most of the youngsters have no information about the stock market. So stay away from those things at a young age. If you have a family home, if you're living in there, if you have food, shelter, medical care, if you do not have to do a part-time job and still able to go to college, you are the top 10% people in this world who are getting this kind of a privilege from your parents. Utilize it, develop your expertise in a subject. You have a long way in your life. So that is it. Focus
Yeah.
and be privileged and feel blessed.
Yes, that's absolutely true. So, if you have any questions about this betting apps, gambling apps, or if you want to, report anybody, I mean, I would not say we have a dedicated kind of a reporting platform yet, something like that. Maybe in future something will come up, but as of now, keep supporting quality creators only, like Vikas Bhai, and there are many others right now. If I start
Thank you.
naming them,
Thank you.
it will take a very long time, Vikas Bhai. But we will surely support each other. That's for sure.
Yes, absolutely.
Right. So that's all for today. And
Thank you.
follow us on Instagram and subscribe to Vikas Rachamala's YouTube channel. We will see you again on the next episode. Bye bye.
Bye bye, buddies.